Chill. Dog with the Yeah. Good nigga, what? Hello. My name is Black Wolf. And I am the last rebel of the underground. Hey, yo. So, have you ever heard the saying that they say, when art imitates life? You ever heard that saying before? Well, what would you do if I told you that there's a lot more truth to that than you would ever believe? I want you, once again, take a journey with me. Take a walk with me as we examine and what you need to know about the Jeepers Creeper.
Today on the Daily Dose, the Sand Creek Massacre. After the Fort Laramie Treaty of 1851, made lands north of the Arkansas River to the Nebraska border, the exclusive domain of the Cheyenne and Arapaho people. The treaty broke down when gold was discovered in the Colorado Territory in 1858. By 1859, more than 100,000 Euro-American fortune seekers, known as 59ers, had poured onto Native American lands, ushering in a precipitous rise in hostilities by 1861. In an effort to curb the violence, on February 8th of that same year, Cheyenne Chief Black Kettle and several Arapaho leaders accepted the terms of the federal government's Treaty of Fort Wise, granting them 600 square miles of protected land to include a substantially reduced reservation along the Arkansas River to its northern boundary at Sand Creek. In June of 1864, Governor John Evans of the Colorado Territory, along with Colonel John M. Shivington of the U.S. Army and Fort Leon Commanding Officer Major Ned Wincoop, encouraged Black Kettle and his people to move their village to Sand Creek. Instead, in a bit of open treachery against Native Americans, at sunrise on November 29th, some 675 U.S. volunteer soldiers under Shivington's command attacked Black Kettle's Sand Creek encampment of some 750 Cheyenne and Arapaho people, employing small arms and artillery fire that slaughtered many of the villagers, particularly non-combatant women, children, and the elderly. Many who survived the initial attack fled across a dry creek bed and up a small rise, where soldiers shot at them as they struggled over sandy terrain. Those who managed to crest the small hilltop frantically dug pits and trenches to protect themselves, which drew further artillery fire over the next 8 hours, leading to the deaths of some 230 Cheyenne and Arapaho people. The following day, soldiers returned to the site of the massacre, committing further atrocities on the dead before departing on December 1st to resume their campaign. In 2000, copies of letters from Captain Silas Soule and Lieutenant Joseph Kramer were found in Denver, offering first-hand accounts of the massacre, which revealed that more than 100 men of the attacking U.S. volunteer soldiers stood in moral resistance to their orders, making the Sand Creek Massacre one of the darkest days in Native American history.
Chill. Duck with the Yeah. Ganegi fire. Hello. My name is Black Wolf, and I am the last rebel of the underground. Hey, yo. Grand Rising. Everyone. I'm just sitting here. I'm just glad to be another day above the soil, brother. Another day above the soil. So, what I want to sit there and talk about, as far as what's been going on here. With this Jeepers Creeper thing that I was telling you about. So like I said, for a long time, we've been told that art imitates life. These are the things that we've always been told. So, when we find these things to be true, it should be no surprise to us. Am I correct? The thing that I find most interesting about this whole Jeepers Creeper thing is that the part that they don't tell you about Sand Creek, alright? The part that they hide, the part that only indigenous people are privileged to. Now see, in the storyline it says other things were done where they returned to the site of the crime. Where they returned to the site of the crime to desecrate the corpses. Alright? This is where the Jeepers Creeper thing is real. Now, you remember how the creep, they'd sing the song. You know, they do the thing. And then he'd come along. But you remember how he would there was always a certain part or something of the body that he wanted to consume or something. Something could be part of that. So, till Machiavelli returns, it's all eyes on me. Y'all already know what it is. Listen. This episode right here is sponsored by the Big Dog. My brother, you see it right here in the description. When you have some spare time on your hands and you want to tune in and see what's going on in the hip-hop world, and you want a little bit more of a insightful look into what's going on, or you just want to find out what are some of the latest fire tracks that are popping right now, you can tune in to thisis50.com. This episode is sponsored by thisis50.com. As I was telling you about the story of what happened in Sand Creek. So with Sand Creek, they came back. Not only after they murdered their ancestors. I can't make this up. I promise you, they came back and they cut off the vaginas and the penises and the nipples and all kinds of crazy shit, and they made these motherfuckers. I can't make this shit up, brother. Listen to when I tell you this. They made coats and hats and shit out of fucking the vaginas and shit. And this is where I'm telling you that this Jeepers Creeper shit, man, these motherfuckers did. It's just a peek into how dark these motherfuckers really are, because these motherfuckers really did shit like this to us. They did shit like this to the ancestors. They fucking sat there. I'm telling you, listen to when he says that they came back and they did the things. This is what they won't fucking tell you. This is the dark side of what they did to our people. These motherfuckers out here making motherfucking Gucci jackets. Not Gucci jackets, but fucking coochie jackets. You hear me? How fucked up is that? I know y'all, and I know there's a motherfucker there. He's laughing right now. He said that motherfucker said coochie jackets. Yes, I did. I sure the fuck did, man. Because that's what the fuck these motherfuckers were making, yo. Alright? So, that's just like when you see these saws and all these movies and everything, this is a dark part of who these people are. Alright? We come from this murderous society. They didn't come up with the gun because they, first because they were smarter than us. They came up with the gun first because there was a societal need for it. We didn't need to go, and we didn't have to go. We had no need to kill people by the thousand. We had no need because we didn't have to go take anything because we already had everything. You see what I'm saying? Like this is where we get lost in intellectual and just intelligence, because they're like, oh, they weren't intelligent because they didn't come up with the gun first. No, we didn't come up with the gun because we had no societal need. We didn't have a need to go and kill thousands and thousands of people to go take their fucking land because we already had the fucking land. That's why we didn't come up with the gun first. It's not because we weren't smart enough. It's because we had no societal need for it. And that's just the honest truth behind it. Like, you didn't have shit. So you came up with something where you could go up against a bunch of motherfuckers and win and take their shit. Because you know that you ain't have the fucking muscle. You ain't have the fucking numbers. And you know every time that you was running down on shit, you was getting body bagged. Because nobody ever wants to talk about, like I'm telling you, man, like they sitting there, they talk about how the fucking Egyptians and they got ran down on, but nobody ever fucking talks about how the fucking Nubians and all these other indigenous people around the world were just catching body bags from fucking Nubia on long. And I just like, I have to sit and I have to recognize that there was a global empire at one point in time. There had to be. You hear me? Because it's like a lily pad. Like how it's just hopping. Like they tell the stories. I heard some stories. I heard a couple of Israelite brothers. They were telling me some stuff about the 3 Indias and whatnot. And I did some research into that. And I was like, there are some genetic pattern waves that hint, and there's connections here that that hint to this could possibly be a real thing, because I don't know how many people know this, but you can almost see the lily pad how it pops, and it says that from the West Indies to the East Indies, we go along this pattern line, and you can see that this, at one point in time, it was a global empire right here, all the way from Ethiopia to Turtle Island. These people share a genetic similarity from down to how they eat their food to custom cultures. There is an ethnic, religious homogeneity amongst these people. Like if you look and you see, like you really like the dots, it really all connects. You like, these people these are our people. The distance and the culture changes a little bit and everything, but it goes back to the fro, bro. That afro is symbolic because it has something to do with, like, you ever seen, like, the holy ones and how, like, the ray of the sunlight, like, glares off it, it goes off of it and has, like, the halo on it and whatnot. Bro, listen, the afro, that is the natural halo, like the good, like the glow, like that's why even the Jews, even the Ashkenazis, they got Jew fros, bro. Listen to what I'm telling you, bro. Listen, there's something connected to that. There's some deep shit from all the way to the Melanesians and the people in Fiji with that fro down to America with that fro. I'm telling you, Israelites got fros. Israelites got froze. God's chosen people who had froze, man. All of us. Everybody who say that they God's chosen people got a fro. Even the Jews got froze. I'm telling you. Like, I'm not throwing no shade at nobody. Like, I'm just sitting there. We gonna stop all this separational bullshit. We gonna get to the bottom of this shit. We'll get to the bottom of this shit. Yeah, all of the Nijikiwans that ever stood forth in the warpath of the tabernacles they had what? That woolly scalp. Skin like bronze, hair like wool. Ain't that what they said? That fro. And it's a distinctive look too, man. When you see it, you know it. That's why when I see them brothers, and I seen them brothers over there in Fiji, and they had, that's it, man. Listen, man. That's the tabernacle right there, man. All of them. That is like a call. That is like a calling card sign of an Israelite. Like right there, like, and I'm not trying to like push any denomination, but like right there, you know that's it right there, because even when it goes back to the Ashkenazis, they got froze, bro. They got froze too. Stop playing. Even when it go back to them, so you know that this is a calling card of the chosen ones. The fro is a calling card of the chosen ones, brother. You hear me? All the way, lily pad, all the way down, brother. Look at it go down through there. The chosen ones. You can't make this shit up, brother. I can't make this shit up. But anyway, Jeepers Creepers, man. Back to the Creepers, man. These motherfuckers out here making coats and jackets, all this shit, man. These people making these movies and doing all this shit because they did all this shit. All this shoving motherfuckers in ovens and cooking motherfuckers and all that. Ask our Ashkenazi brothers. They know all about that shit. They know all about the Jeepers Creeper on that end of it. Listen. You want to know something else that's really deep that I want to leave you guys off with? A little tidbit. If you look at one part in the movie, this part right here, everybody, we all know what that is right here. Okay? Now you look at the sister. That's right here. The one who tells the story. The one who's telling the story. She would fall in the category of what? A red bow. Listen. words of my elder, I love all of y'all, even the ones who make it hard for you to love. There is no way to say goodbye in our language, so I'm going to say, Nanada, go ahead, brothers and sisters. Uske, Deja Dugge, Cellulas T, Wado.